Hey y'all, it's Jo. Welcome to the Leggy spider tutorial. I am so glad you're here. I've been working on this project for a long time now, and I'm so happy to see it come to fruition. And if you decide to make one, I would love to see it. Email me a pic if you'd like. So I can make a parade of spider pictures on my next video. That would be fun. I'll keep making them. As long as people send me pictures, I'll keep putting them up here. So I would love to see them. Anyway, this is a no-sew plushie pattern. I guess the main thing you need to know, this is not beginner friendly. This is an intermediate pattern. But if you are a somewhat advanced beginner, I would encourage you to try it, especially watching this video. There is a written pattern available on Etsy at JOSWEBCROCHET. Same name as my channel. So I'll have that link down below if you'd like to go check that out. There is also a written pattern and on Etsy for the eyes. And there's also a tutorial here on my channel for the eyes, and I'll have that link down below too. So I hope you enjoy making these. There's one thing before we start, I just want to point out something like this is the Leggy spider made in a 6.5 millimeter hook. And this is the Leggy spider made in an 8 millimeter hook. You can see the difference. You know, with the 8 millimeter, of course, it comes out bigger. It's got floppier legs. I also did it in a regular type. This is like a very soft, more chenille type yarn. I also did it in like the regular Bernat blanket yarn that in black. But I realized I had to make it in a color so y'all could see it better. But this is the difference in the sizes. If you choose to do it in 8 millimeter, go right ahead. It's made specifically, not specifically, but if you do it in the 6.5 milli, you just get a little bit more round, a bubble spider, a rounder spider, and you get more structure in the legs. But there's no, like even with the 8 millimeter with the Bernat, it's still pretty good structure in the legs. But this softer yarn, you can see the legs are very floppy on this spider. This is the one I did the tutorial with, in case you're wondering. Yes, this is the tutorial spider. I chose to do it in the 8 milli just to make it, I guess, easier on myself. While I'm trying to film the tutorial, looking through a camera screen, which is not that easy. If you choose not to make the spider with making your own eyes, I think safety eyes look just as cute and adorable they can be. These are just two examples of how you can make little spider eyes, or if you just want to put in just the two, that's fine too. I can't wait to see them, y'all. But if you decide to make your own eyes, if you are going to, if you're going to make these eyes, if you're going to make a black spider, which a lot of people do for Halloween, I even have on a Halloween spider shirt. That's usually what they're associated with, right? But to me, spiders are all year round. Every day, all day. Anyway, that last row of slip stitch in the white, just take it all the way around if you're going to put it on a black spider. And that helps the eyes stand out better. Okay. If you have any questions, please be sure to put that in the comments down below, or either email me and I'll be happy to help you. Okay. I recently put out a video titled All About the Leggy Spider. I'll have that link down below. So in case you'd like to watch that to learn all about the Leggy spider. So I guess that's it. Let's get started, and I can't wait to see them. Be blessed. Okay, let's get started on our tutorial. First, let's make a magic ring or loop, however you refer to it. This is how I make mine. Under the first, over the second, pull up a loop, grab the yarn, pull through, and untwist that out of our magic ring. We're going to do 8 single crochets in the loop. So that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, oops, 7, and I'm slipping everywhere, and 8. Give that a little tug, but not too tight just yet. And that is the end of round 1, 8 single crochets in the magic loop. Okay, round 2, we are going to continue working in a spiral. We're going to do an increase stitch in every stitch. So that means 2 single crochets in every stitch. And now we will place our stitch marker right here, so we do not lose our place for our first stitch. So that was 1 and 2. 2 in that one. 2 in that one. 1 and 2. 1 and 2. 1 and 2. And we should have 15 and 16. So that's 16 stitches at the end of round 2. And we are done there. And now we will start round 3, where we will be doing 1 single crochet, 1 increase all the way around. So that's 1 single crochet, put our stitch marker back in, and 1 increase, and then 1 single crochet in the next stitch, and then an increase in the next stitch. And we will do that all the way around. This is an increase, 1 single crochet, increase, 1 single crochet, increase, 1 single crochet, and an increase, 1, 1, 2, 1, 1, 2. And we're at the end of round 3, and we should have 24 stitches. I'm going to give that little middle hole a tight snug there. Got a little loose right here, but we're not going to worry about that. 24 stitches round 3. And round 4 will be, we're still increasing our circle here. So we're going to do 2 single crochets. Let's mark our first one. 2, so that was 1, 2, and then an increase. So we'll do 2 singles in the third. So we're going to go 1 single crochet, 1 single crochet, and then our increase, 2 single crochets in the next. So 1 single crochet, 1 single crochet, and 2. 1, 1, oops, come on yarn, 1 and 2, 1, 1, and an increase. 1, 1, and an increase. I don't know if you can hear my clock, but the batteries are getting low. 1, 1, and an increase. Oh, it's fading out. It's not playing the little song good. Okay, and an increase. And here we are at the end of round, what did I say, 4? Round 4, we should have 32 stitches at the end of round 4. So now that we've gotten our little circle as big around as we want it to be, we're going to start doing just single crochets, a couple of rows to get it to bowl up. I don't know, what's the term, the correct term for that? I don't know. So anyway, we're going to do 32 single crochets. Let's get our first one done and mark our stitch. So that was 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, oops, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, oh, I need to get me some more yarn here. And I think I forgot where I was. Is it 18? Just that quick, y'all, it goes. 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27, 28, 29, 30, 31, and 32. Yes, oh, I must have counted right. That's 32 for round 5. And round 6 is also 32 single crochets. So let's just go ahead and get that going. Got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27, 28, 29, 30, 31, and 32. Yes, okay. 32. You can see it's kind of wanting to bowl up a little bit now. It's okay if it's not real curvy. If you use the smaller hook, I have the 8mm here, it's going to get more wider. But if you're using the 6.5 milli, then you'll definitely have a more of a bowl shape with the blanket yarn. But it looks cute either way. It is much easier to do it with the 8. Easier on your joints. Okay, so that was round 6. 32 single crochets. Okay, here we go for round 7. And this is the leg row, y'all. The leg round. Row round, you know what I mean. Let me pull in this little sample here too. I have not put eyes on yet. Just to show you what we are looking at for this round. Say we are right here in the middle, right here. We're going to single crochet 3. 1, 2, 3. We're going to make a leg, single 2, make a leg, single crochet 2, make a leg, single crochet 2, make a leg, and then we are going to single crochet 6. And then we're going to do the same for the other legs, and then when we get back around, we're going to single crochet 3, and we'll be right back here at the middle again. So that's what this round is going to look like. And don't worry, you can do this. You got this. Let's do our first stitch and replace our stitch marker. It's 1. I think I need to zoom in a little bit more now. There we go. So that was 1. We need 2 more single crochets, 2 and 3. Now, to make our first leg, in every leg, we slip stitch in the stitch, and we're going to do 7 foundation single crochets. If you don't know how to do a foundation single crochet, there are a lot of tutorials here on YouTube. You can just do a search real quick. I will show you how to do it, though. I'll show you this time, and each time I'll kind of briefly go over it, but I think you can watch it this one time and you got it. So we're going to chain 2. We're going to put our hook back into the first chain, yarn over and pull up a loop. We're going to yarn over and pull through 1, yarn over and pull through 2. And that is our first foundation single crochet. We have our stitch right here that we're going to need to go back into to make our second one. What we need to do is make sure you're not going under it right here. You want to make sure that that little middle stitch is out of the way. So that's got to go down, and you need to go under these 2 stitches. Just like any other normal single crochet, you go under the V's. So we're going to insert our hook and pull up a loop, yarn over and pull through 1, yarn over and pull through 2. That's our second foundation single crochet. We're going to go back under those 2 loops and pull up a loop, yarn over and pull through 1, yarn over and pull through 2. Make our next foundation single crochet. Now if you're new to this, or if you're even not new to this, sometimes it gets a little tricky here to make sure you're going under the V's there we go, and not not underneath the entire stitch. Okay, so how many do we have here? We have 1, 2, 3 made, so we're making number 4 right now. So yarn over and pull up a loop, and yarn over and pull through 1, and yarn over and pull through 2. Now we're going to make our next foundation single crochet. This yarn just likes to twist all up on itself, so here we go. Pull up a loop, yarn over, pull through 1, yarn over, pull through 2, insert your hook, pull up a loop, yarn over, pull through 1, yarn over, pull through 2, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay, one more because we need 7. Insert your hook, pull up a loop, yarn over, pull through 1, yarn over, pull through 2. That is our 7 foundation single crochets. And now we are going to make our little foot. So we have a little ball here at the end of our leg, and I will show you how we're going to make the knee on the way back. So let's make our little foots so we can work our way back. To do that, we're going to make a 3 double crochet cluster. So we're going to chain 3 to get us to the height we need, and we're going to yarn over, insert our hook into the first chain, and pull up a loop, and yarn over and pull through 2, and we will not complete that double crochet. We're going to make 2 more uncompleted double crochets, and yarn over, insert into the same stitch, yarn over and pull through 2. We have 3 loops on the hook. Now we're going to do this one more time. Yarn over, insert in the same stitch, yarn over, pull up a loop, yarn over, pull through 2. Now we have 4 loops on the hook, and we're going to yarn over and pull through all 4 loops, and we're going to slip stitch back down into that same chain that we were working out of. And now we have our little foot down at the end of the leg. Now we'll work our way back up the leg to the body. And I hope I can find a way to explain this good to y'all. So let's get started. Let's see, let me grab this. Try to show you exactly what we're going to be doing here. We have our single crochet foundation row right here. We have the bottom, which you can clearly see these stitches, and we have the top, which also has V stitches. So we're going to slip stitch those together. The bottom and the top V stitches are going to slip stitch together. So we are going to put our hook into the bottom of it and also into the top of the V stitches of our single crochet foundation row, yarn over, pull through all that, and pull through the loop on the hook to do a slip stitch. So we're going to do that once. We're going to do it with the second stitch. There we go. Sometimes it's hard to find those little V's, but you can do it. And guess what? If you miss one, no big deal. It doesn't matter. So just yarn over, pull through all those loops. We're going to go into the third one. We're going to do the same thing. Yarn over, pull through. This fourth one here, you can see 1, 2, 3, 4. So we did 3 from the leg. 1, 2, 3. This is the one in the middle. 1, 2, 3 to the body. So we do 1, 2, 3 to the knee. This is the knee. The fourth one is the knee. We are going to skip that one. And then we are going to make sure the leg is bending this way. And we're going to continue with our slip stitches. The bottom and the top. The bottom and the top. And the bottom and the top of the third, the last. See, I only caught one on here. If you only catch one, it'll be okay, I promise you. These legs are lumpy and bumpy, and I think that's what gives them a little charm too, to have a little furry, a little bumpy spider leg. But you know, if you miss one, no big deal. So that's what we're going to do here. So let's go ahead, let's just dive right into it. And once you got this, you got this. So we're going to go into the bottom of the single crochet foundation and into the top. 1, 2 of the single crochet foundation. You can see my 2 V stitches on the hook. Going to yarn over and pull through all that and the chain on the hook. Let's go to the second one, and the bottom and the top. Yarn over and pull through, pull through. Here's the third one. Pull through, pull through. Now that was 3 to the knee. So here we are at the knee. This is the fourth one, the one in the middle. We are skipping that, and we're just going to make sure you don't want to skip it and go that. I don't even know how you would do it that way. Just make sure you're pointing that knee up. We're skipping the fourth, we're going into the fifth, and we're going to do our, I have to look over the screen to see it. Our slip stitch to close that. So 3 to the knee and skip, and then 3 to the body. Here's our last one here. Pull up a loop. So if we look at our little leg here, it made the little bend for us. We didn't have to do anything magical. We have a little foot, and we have a leg with a bend at the knee. Do spiders have knees? Are they called knees? Anyway, so here we are. Oh, oopsie. Here we are. Let me zoom out a little bit just to show you where we're at. We have the hook over here on this side of the leg. What we need is for our hook to be on this side of the leg so we can continue on. And this is the easiest way that I can explain to y'all how to do this. Just take your hook out, turn your little leg this way, put your hook back in. Now you're on this side of the leg. I don't know how I'm going to put this on paper to explain to people how to do this, but let me do it one more time. Let me maybe zoom in. We are on this side of the leg. See, we ended right here. What we need to do is just take our hook out, put that little loop on the other side of the leg, and put our hook back in. Now we're going to slip stitch back down into this same stitch that we just made our leg out of. Oops, don't go crazy, little leg. So we're going to slip stitch right back down into there, yarn over and pull through. And now we have our little leg right here on our body. We have one leg made. It's a little loose and lumpy, but I wanted to make sure this tutorial would go pretty easy with as far as, you know, being able to show y'all how to do this. That's why I chose to use the bigger hook. And so you just, you know, you just got to know that if you choose to use the bigger hook, it's a little looser and softer and more pliable, and that's okay. It's still cute as can be. So we have a little spider leg here. And the reason that we either take our hook out, turn the leg, and put the loop this way to slip stitch down in here, or you can either just swing your hook around to the back, look, and it brings it right there for you, and slip stitch. This is what helps keep our leg straight. We want it to come straight out from the body and go down. Otherwise, if we were to just, here we are at the finish of the leg, if we were to just go ahead and slip stitch back down right here in front of it, look what it does to the leg. It makes it go sideways. So that is what we are avoiding, because that would be the easiest way to do it, right? But it gives a twist on the leg. Now you may say, well, why doesn't it give a twist to the leg when you turn it this way? I don't know. That's just the way it works. I've tried it with different yarns, different hooks. It's just the way it works. So either swing your hook, let me just do it again, because we need this to be clear. So you're either going to take your hook out, turn your leg a little bit to get that loop back on this side of the leg, and insert and slip stitch. Or if you want to leave your hook in, which is perfectly fine, swing your hook around the back of the project and back around this side, and then basically that's the same thing as taking your hook out and turn in the loop that way. So we're gonna slip, oops, we're going to slip stitch back down into that same stitch that you slip stitched to make the leg, and that helps the leg go straight out from the body and then down. Okay, so we just made our first leg, and now we are going to, and we slip stitched back into the same stitch, and we are going to make 2 single crochets right here in the next 2 stitches. So that's 1 and 2. And then we are going to slip stitch and start our second leg. So we're going to chain 2. Remember, we're going to make 7 foundation single crochets. Go into the first stitch, pull up a loop, yarn over, pull through 1, yarn over, pull through 2. Go back into that same stitch, yarn over, pull up a loop, yarn over, pull through 1, yarn over, pull through 2, and go back into that same stitch, pull through 1, pull through 2, pull through 1, pull through 2, one and 2, 1 and 2, and I'm so bad about counting as I'm going. How many do we have here now? We have 1, 2, that one's got rather big, didn't it? Anyway, that's okay. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and we need to make one more. Pull up a loop, pull through one, pull through. Oh. See what happens when I try to go too fast? Pull through 2. We're at the end of our leg here. There's our first leg. Now we're at the end of our second one, and we're going to chain 3 to make our foot and do our 3 double crochet cluster here at the end. So that was 1, 2, 3, 4 loops on the hook, pull through all 4 and slip stitch back down in the same stitch. And now we're going to close up our little leg, make it nice and sturdy and floofy by going and slipping the top and the bottom of the foundation single crochet row closed with slip stitch, top and bottom closed. 1, 2, and 3. 1, 2, 3 to the knee. When we get to the knee, we skip that one, and then we're going to go 1, 2, 3 to the body. So we're skipping the knee. Make sure that's facing up, and we're going to do 1, 2, and 3. And here we are. Let me see if I can zoom out a little bit more. Here we are. Gonna slip stitch back down into the same stitch in the body. And like I told you, you can take this out, turn this, put it back in, so you're on this side of the leg. If that confuses you, just put your hook to the back and swing it around. Now you're here. Swing it around the back. Come, well, I won't say that. Okay, so we're going to slip stitch back down into the same stitch to secure our leg to the body. And there we are. Let's zoom back in. We have slip stitched back down into the same stitch. We made our leg. There's our cute little knee. And now we're going to do 2 single crochets. And we're going to start our third leg with a slip stitch. See, this isn't so bad, is it? Chain 2 for our 7 single crochet foundation row. Go into the first stitch, pull up a loop, whoops, yarn over, pull through 1, yarn over, pull through 2. Go back down into that same stitch, pull up a loop, yarn over, pull through 1, yarn over, pull through 2. And that was 2, and this makes 3, and this is 4, and this is 5, this is 6, and this is 7. So we have 7 single crochet foundation stitches. We're going to make our little foot with a chain 3. Now 3 double crochets, yarn over, 1, yarn over, 2, yarn over, 3, 4 loops on the hook, close it up, close it up. Now we're going to do our slip stitches to close up the foundations on the way down. So that's 1, 2, 3, 3 to the knee, skip, 1, 2, and 3, 3 to the body. And now I'll swing my hook back around. It should be on this side of the leg. And we will slip stitch back down into the same stitch. So now we have 3 legs. Look, we're almost there. One more to do on this side. We're going to single crochet 2. And then we're going to slip stitch to start our 4th leg and our 7 foundation single crochets. 1. That first one always likes to give me a little hard time. And 2. 3. 4. 5. 6. And 7. 7 foundation single crochet stitches. Da 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 da. Let's do a foot. Chain 3. Oops, I'm so sorry, I bumped the camera. Chain 3. Now 3 double crochet cluster. Through 2, yarn over, and pull through 2, yarn over, and yarn over and pull through 2, 4 loops on the hook, close it up, back down in the same stitch, slip, and now we will close up our leg on the way down, on the way back down. Let's get this. There we go. That's 1. 2. 3. 3 to the knee. We skip the 4th one, the one in the middle, and we'll slip these 3 together. So that's 1, 2, and whoopsie, 3. Whoops, let's stop that. Something happened there. Oh, I'll probably just leave that in. I'm like, editing, ugh. Okay, it's okay. I gotta make sure. There we go. Now I think I got it. There. Now we will just swing our hook around the back. And we will slip stitch back into the same stitch. And let's zoom out here for a minute so we can see where we're at with this. We have 4 spider legs and a pretty floppy spider body. This yarn is even floppier than the regular like blanket yarn, so it's okay. It's still going to be really cute. So that's where we're at, and now we're going to single crochet 6 across, and then we're going to do 4 more legs just like this. Okay, continuing on, after the 4 legs, we're going to do 6 single crochets. So that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. And then we're going to start our 5th leg right here with a slip stitch. And we'll do our 7 single crochet foundation stitches here. 1 and 2. Let's get in 2 of those. That was 3, 4, 5, 6, and 7. We have 7. Let me make sure. Yes. We're going to chain 3 and make our little foot. 3 double crochet cluster right here in the first chain of the chain 3. 4 loops on the hook. Close it up and slip stitch right back down into that same chain. And now let's do our 3 to the knee slip stitches. 1, 2, and 3. Skip the knee, and we'll do 3 more. 1, 2, and 3. Now you can either swing your hook around the back, or like I said, take it out, turn it, put it back in. Either way is fine. And slip stitch back down into that same stitch that you slip stitched to start the leg. Okay, that was leg number 5, and now we're going to do 2 single crochets and a slip stitch to start our 6th leg with 7 foundation single crochets, chain 2, we made our first single crochet foundation, pull through 1, pull through 2, that's 2, pull through 1, pull through 2, that's 3, pull through 1, pull through 2, that's 4, pull through 1, pull through 2, that's 5, pull through 1, pull through 2, that's 6, pull through, whoops, 1, pull through 2, and that is 7 foundation single crochets. Now we're going to make our little foot, chain 3, we're going to do 3 double crochet cluster in that first chain, yarn over 1, yarn over 2, yarn over, insert, yarn over, pull through 2, one more time, and yarn over and pull through 2, 4 loops on the hook, yarn over and pull through all 4 loops, and slip stitch back down into that same chain. Now we will slip stitch our 3 to the knee, that's 1, 2, and 3, skip the knee, oops, and then we're going to do 3 to the body, 1, 2, and 3, swing a hook, and slip stitch back down into that same stitch, and single crochet 2, 1 and 2, and slip stitch to start our 7th leg. Seven single crochet foundations. Excuse me while I pull some yarn off the ball here. Chain 2. That's 1. This first one always likes to be a little booger. Come on now, y'all have to separate. I promise it'll be okay. Ah, did I get it? I don't think I did. Yes, I did. Okay. Pull up a loop, yarn over, pull through 1, and pull through 2. Going to this next one, pull through 1, pull through 2. See, I'm forgetting to count. That's okay, we'll get it. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Is that 6 I count? Something doesn't look right here. No, it's fine. 3, 4, 5, 6. One more. Seven. Let's make our little foot. 1, 2, 3. Four chains on the hook. Close it up and slip it in. Now we're going to do our 3 foundation slip stitches, top and bottoms. We want to close up. That's 1. 2. 3. Did I hear y'all say to the knee? And we're gonna do skip the knee, and then we're gonna do 1, 2, and 3 to the body. Swing that hook around, slip stitch back down into that same stitch. And we have leg number 7. We're almost there, y'all. Let's chain 2 and slip stitch to make our 8th leg. Okay, we're going to start our last leg. We're going to start our 8th leg. Yay! I think I said chain 2 here for 2 single crochets, but y'all know what I meant, right? I'm getting tired. Okay, so we chain 2 here to start our 7 foundation single crochet row. Whoops. And then pull through 2. So let's go back into this little booger. Pull through 1, pull through 2. That makes 2. Okay. Pull through 1, pull through 2, and that makes 3. Pull through 1, pull through 2, that makes 4. Pull through 2, that is 5. Pull through 1, pull through 2, that is 6. One more. One more of these. Pull through 1 and pull through 2, and that is 7 foundation single crochets. Let's make our last little foot with a chain 3 and a 3 double crochet cluster in the first chain. Oops. And yarn over and pull through all 4 loops and slip stitch. Now let's do our 3 double crochet, slip stitches to close up our foundation row. Whoops. That was 2. And 3 to the knee. We skip the knee. We're gonna do 3 back down to the body. Oops, see that one? There we go. 1, 2, and 3. And swing our little hook around. Remember, it's important to do that so our legs aren't turning sideways. And slip stitch back down into the body. And then we are going to single crochet 3 back to the stitch marker. And congratulations, y'all have completed your leg row. Is that like leg day at the gym nobody wants to do? I know doing 8 legs is a little cumbersome, but you know, look at the results. Okay, so that is row 7. Row 7, we still have 32 stitches, and now we have 8 legs. Row 8 is going to be 32 single crochets. And I'm going to show you how we're going to get past the legs. So let's take our stitch marker out. We're going to make our first stitch here and put our little marker back in. So that was 1, 2, 3, because remember we had 6 across here. And now we're here at the leg. Now the leg consists of 2 slip stitches, correct? Well, we're going to go into this first one because it almost looks like a stitch, right? So we're going to go into that one, but we're going to ignore this side. And we're going to go straight over here. Whoops. Because this one got lost. Okay. And we're going to do single crochets in these 3. So we're going to do one here. That is the start of our leg right here. Single crochet. We're going to take our leg and flip it up because we want it on the top of these single crochets because we're going to build our body down. So we take that up and we're going to do 3 single crochets. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. So we had our 2 single crochets in between the legs, which are these 2. And this one was the slip stitch, the first slip stitch to start the leg. And then we flip the leg up and we are going to do 1, 2, 3. So we're going to do this 2 that are in between the legs, 1 and 2. We're going to do a single crochet in the one that started the leg. Flip the leg up. And we're going to do 1, 2 singles, and this one that started the leg. Gonna flip the leg up, and we're going to do 6 across this opening. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, whoops, and now here we are at our next leg. So we're going to do one right here at the start of the leg, flip it up, and we'll do 1, 2, and then the one in the leg. Sometimes depending on how tight you crochet. This first one's really hard to get into. So we're going to do 1, 2, and the one here by the leg. That's 3. Flip the leg up. And we're going to do 1 and 2 single crochets in the third one by the leg, and flip it up. And we're almost there, folks. And we're going to do 1 and 2 single crochets in this one by the leg, and flip it up. And then we should do 3 single crochets to complete this round. 1, 2, 3. And that is the end of round, what round are we on? 8. This is the end of round 8. We should have 32 stitches. And you see our spider is definitely forming the little body right now. And so that's where, go ahead and count your stitches. Make sure you have 32. See how you did with flipping those legs up. And you can see it's a nice clean line here for us to continue on finishing off this spider. It's gonna go move really quick now. Okay, round 9 is 32 single crochets. So let's go ahead and get that started with 1. And replace our stitch marker here. So that was 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27, 28, 29, and 30, 31, and 32. 32 single crochets for round 9. So here at the end of round 9, before we start making our decrease rounds to close it up, if you want to go ahead and put on your amigurumi safety eyes right here, I guess now's a good time to do that. Before you close up, you could even do another round or maybe even 2 and then put them in. But anyway, just thought I'd show y'all that now. Let's see, between rows, let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. If you want the eyes right here where the legs start, maybe you could put them between row 7 and 8, or you could even put them up between row 6 and 7. That might be better. Well, let's look at some of the finished spiders I have and where their eyes are. But if you wanted, I have a tutorial a free tutorial on my channel here for these amigurumi eyes, plushie eyes. Here's a little purple spider. I put pink eyes on. You can see I kind of tilted hers a slight tilt and put a few little eyelashes, so she kind of looks, you know, even though they're the same eyes. Oh, I did add a little extra glint here. So they're the same, but a little different. Okay, so now if you're going to use safety eyes, I did this spider here. Now this spider was done in Woolies Thick and Quick with an 8mm hook. So that's what this was done with. Isn't it so cute with all the little color changes in it? I think he's adorable. Now, his eyes are, he's got 4 eyes, which I think is really cute too. I've made spiders with like 3 eyes before. As a matter of fact, my prototype, I gave him, well, I say 3 eyes, three on each side, so 6 eyes, which I think is really cute with a graduated size up and down. This was my prototype spider that got me to this. But anyway, so, you know, I think that's really cute if you want to do safety eyes like this. Put 3 different sizes, put 2 big ones, 2 small ones off to the side. Now also I have these little spiders that were made out of worsted weight yarn, and they each have 4 eyes. I also made y'all a little Christmas spider. This is my little Christmas ornament spider, and you can make these eyes with the pattern here, or use your safety eyes. Okay, now it's time to insert your safety eyes. Let me move all these spiders everywhere. And I'm not going to insert them because I'm going to make some to put on here. So that will go. I'll sew those on last, and maybe I'll show y'all how to sew those on because I didn't with my other Leggy Froggy, but I'll show you how to sew them on. Okay. Okay, so round 10 starts our decrease rounds. We'll have 3, 10, 11, 12. Yeah, we'll have 3 decrease rounds. So let's start off with a single crochet. And so we're going to do 2 singles. Let me zoom in here. We'll be doing 2 single crochets and then a decrease. We're going to be doing our invisible decrease. So let's go ahead and do our other single crochet, and the invisible decrease, which you don't have to, but I think it's better for amigurumi to do invisible decrease. You go under the first loop of the first stitch, and you go under the first loop of the second stitch, and you have 3 loops on your hook. Yarn over, pull up a loop, and yarn over and pull through all 3 loops. And that's how you make an invisible decrease. So we're going to do 2 single crochets and an invisible decrease. And 1 and 2 single crochets and a decrease. One and 2 singles and a decrease. One and 2 singles and a decrease. 1, 2, decrease, 1, 2, decrease, 1 and 2, and a decrease. And that is the end of round 10, and you should have 24 stitches. Okay, here we are, round 11. We'll do another decrease row before we put any polyfill in there. Otherwise, it'll probably just keep falling out and get in our way. So we got 1 single crochet. We're going to do 1 single crochet and then a decrease. 1 decrease all the way around. So let's see. Got 1. I'm going to do a decrease. One. And a decrease. 1 and a decrease. One single crochet. And the decrease. Oops. And here we are, our final decrease stitch of round 11, and you should have 16 stitches, round 11. So let's go ahead and get some of our polyfill. Stuff this bad boy. Let me zoom out a little bit. Here we go. I always like to put my fingers in the middle and kind of push out, make sure I'm getting those sides stuffed. You know, the sides are stuffed all the way around. There, I think that's probably good. I think that's good enough. To overstuff or to understuff, that is the question. How do you get it just right? Okay. Now we're going to continue on with round 12, and we will be doing decrease stitches all the way around for round 12. All decrease stitches. So here's 1. We'll put our stitch marker back. And 2. And 3. We should end up with 8 decrease stitches because we had 16 at the end of our last round. 5, 5, 6, 7, come on, there we go, and 8, and that concludes round 12, and that is actually our last round. So we are going to give ourselves a little generous tail here and snip this and pull our yarn through that last stitch and remove our stitch marker. Now we will thread our yarn on a needle. I like these yarn needles with the big plastic eye. These are great for blanket yarn. Okay, we're going to go weave in and out of these stitches like this to close up this hole. So we're going to bring that one to the inside, and then we're just going to go right under that one and bring our hook right back out this one. Don't pull this too tight just yet, because you want to be able to see what you're doing. If you pull it too tight, then you can't. Okay, and we're going to push it in this one and back out that one. And I can't tell if that was the first one or the last one, but we're just going to go back in that one. And now, very gently, pull this ring closed. You have to be careful with this type of yarn. If you pull it too hard, it will snap and pop. So we don't want that to happen, not right here. Now that we have our bottom closed up, I like to find a spot to just give it a little, let me just come back out right here. I guess y'all will soon find out. I like to knot things. I don't like to just, okay, now I'm going to sew this in and cut it off. I like to make sure there's a knot. So I'm going to go under a stitch and then go back through this loop, and I'm going to make sure there's a little knot right there. Even if I don't do it twice, I know if I do it at least once like that, it'll be good. So I'm going to come out here. There. Now our bottom's closed up nice and pretty, and I'm going to go in one piece of yarn over and go back out to the other side. Now you have to be careful, don't pull that one too tight, because you don't want it to pull that in and make a little indent. And then we're going to get our little scissors, push down on the project and pull up on the yarn, do a little snip, and that should have disappeared right back down into there. And there is our spider, our Leggy spider. And if your blanket yarn is, if your legs are all like cockeyed and stuff, you just grab it here, give it a little twist, a little pull, and then make your legs behave. Behave, little legs. Now this yarn is, I would almost qualify this almost like a velour or a velvet yarn. So it's very, very soft, and I used a big hook. So you can see my legs are very leggy and loosey. Now if you use a smaller hook with a more thicker type, rougher yarn, I guess it's rougher than velour, you know, you get more stability with your legs. But it's still cute. You can still pose it. And I'll make the eyes, and then I'll be back to show you how I sew the eyes on. Okay. Okay, so our little finished spider here, and it's time to put on the eyes. I just wanted to show you this real quick. It was something that I got off of Amazon. I don't know when, a few years ago. You can see I haven't used much, but I've been using a lot more lately, especially with all of these different plushies I'm making, to show you how, oh, sorry if that was loud, how they look with different eyes. So this little collection here has brown, blue, green. Actually, these are more gold. These are brown. And these are clear. Unusual. And then lots of black. Actually, that looks like a nose, doesn't it? That's a nose. It's a triangle. So two different sizes of the colored eyes, and then all of these are black. Just the plain black eyes. You can see I've been using up a lot of these bigger sizes, like especially for like this guy. And some of the other spiders or froggies I've made already. So just to show you what this guy would look like with, like, say, we'll grab these two. We'll grab these two eyes. Now, you don't know where you just have to play with, like, where do you want your eyes to be? Like if you were to make this, put these eyes in, while we were making it, you wouldn't do it now, of course, because you can't put the backs on. You could always just glue them in there if you really wanted to. But I just think they look so cute with like the different little sizes. Yeah, I think we might need to go one size bigger than that one. See, if you just play with it, I think it would look cute with those four. See if we can find the right spot, huh? You know how these stitches are so tricky sometimes. Or even three. Put one up here. Nah. Let's keep it the same. We could put one over here. We're getting into the leg now. The leg's in the way. But anyway, you get the idea. I think it almost looks cuter with just the two. So that's a quick, easy way to do your amigurumi spider eyes. Let me put these back. But I really think that something like this would look so much better. I made pink eyes for this little spider. I think those are going to be really cute. Of course, my eye pattern will be linked down below. You have the tutorial, and you can get the PDF off of Etsy if you like. But I think those would look really cute. I made these with worsted weight yarn and a 4mm hook. So these are a little bigger than the ones I made for Lady Froggy. But yeah, I think those are going to be cute. So let's put this, scoot all that aside, those eyes, and let's sew on our eyes. Now we're going to try to place them. Let's see, where's our legs? I always just eyeball this, no pun intended. But, do we want them closer together? You put them closer together, it looks like cute and innocent. You put them further apart, turn them up, he might look a little grumpy. Turn them in, put them together, might look a little bit more sad. So just play with it how you want them to look, where exactly you want them to be. I think if we put the bottom of the eye right here on this row, try to get the bottom of the eye right here where the leg starts. I think that's a good spot for these eyes. You could even put them down on the row with the leg. I think we'll try to get it right there, but we want to make sure. Of course, you can get some pins and just pin these on for now so you can have better placement. But I just wanted to make sure I'm gonna eyeball this and get it in the spot that I want it to be in. So I'm gonna put it right here, try to hit the bottom of the eye right here to this row, and have this stitch line up right here next to this leg. So that'll help me with placement over here, to put it right here. Make sure this side of the eye lines up right here and hits this bottom row. Now you know, let's start with the black, I guess. We're gonna put one of the strands of black here. I have 2 blacks and 2 whites. I might only use 1 black and 1 white to sew it on. You don't really need a whole lot of stitches to get it on there. It doesn't have to be perfect, and it doesn't have to be, you know, every stitch sewn down. You'll know when you can get it on there. So I'm gonna go into the bottom, and I'm gonna bring it out through the top. Just making sure I'm grabbing a stitch down there underneath the eye and get it through the top. Now this is going to be really hard to see because I'm working with black yarn, but I'm just going to go like 1 stitch over and go down, and making sure I'm going into underneath the stitches of the spider. And then I'm going to come back out somewhere still in the black. Now, you're not going to see this because it's all black, and it doesn't matter where you're putting your stitches. Now I'm going to go over 1 more stitch from where it came out. I'm going to go over just a little stitch, a little ways, and go back down, and then come out somewhere else. So I can get this eye, this black part sewn down. Now I can feel like I want to make sure that I'm going to get a stitch here, so I'm going to come back over this way, 1 stitch, and I'm going to try to come out at the very end of this one. And then I'm going to try to tack this down right here, so I'm going to go in here. Come on now. I'm going to go in here, and I'm going to come back out to this end. And you can see there is no rhyme or reason with this, and you can do it all wonky, and it doesn't matter. Now, I kind of doing this through my screen. It is so hard to see what exactly I was doing here. I kind of was getting my eye twisted a little bit, but that's okay. I'm going to straighten it back out. And now I'm going to go back down here, and I'm going to go underneath and come out here. Whoop. So I think that's it for the black. Now I'm going to take these 2 black strands. I'm just going to tie a little knot, because that's what I do. I tie knots. I'm going to take these white ones. Well, I'll wait till I'm done with the white. Now I'm going to take these black strands so I can get them out of my way and thread them. Oop, I missed one. I need to look at what I'm doing and not through the screen. There we go. And I'm going to go back underneath the eye and poke it through all the way to the bottom and just pull that out. There. Now, got the black done on this eye. Now I'm going to grab my longest white strand here, thread that in the needle, and I am going to come up through the middle of this slip stitch row here, come up, and I'm going to go back down into the next stitch. Now this white here, you really need to try to make sure you're doing this a lot neater than with the black. So we want to put the white up through the middle of one and down through the middle of the next. Go in and come out. It doesn't matter which one you come out at. I'm going to come out at the very last one here. Am I in the middle? There we go. In the middle of that one. We're in the middle of that one. We're going to go back down in the middle of the next one over. Pick up some yarn on the bottom. Make sure we're connecting to our spider. I'm going to come out of that one. Don't pull too tight or you'll make your little eye all wonky. That's looking good. Now we're going to go into the middle of the next one. I don't know if we're going to be able to come back out. Have to pick, at least try to pick one of those up and come back out of the next. There we go. Making sure not to pull too tight because we don't want to mess our little eye up. What did I do here? Did I mess something up? Let's see. All right, we're good. It's all good. It's all good. Okay. Now we're going to go back down this one, and I'm going to come back out right underneath here on this side, next to this string right here. And I'm going to tie these two together. If you already cut this one off, it's okay. I would just make a little tiny knot right underneath the eye. I would knot it a little, and then I would feed this through. Okay, so then we're going to feed this through the needle hole. I'm going to stick it back here underneath the eye, back out the bottom. Where am I? There I am. Pull that out. And just give this eye a few little tugs here and there to kind of get that shaping back if you sewed it kind of wonky like I did, because I can't see good through the screen. Get my little, if your little whites got pushed down, just stick your needle under there and just fluff them out. If you want to fluff up the color of your eye, I do this all the time too, because sometimes that kind of gets buried up in there. Just stick your needle under there and fluff it out. There you go. See? Now he's got a cute little eye. And I'll let you sew the next one on. I'll be right back. Okay, I got my other eye sewed on, and now I'm going to cut all these ends here that I have hanging off the bottom. If you push in a little bit and give them a little pull, hopefully when you cut them, the ends just pop right back in there. Sometimes you gotta watch you don't pull too hard and distort what you did in the front. And you certainly don't want to cut your project by mistake. So there we go. We got a little leggy spider. This one's very leggy and floppy. And got the little eyes on. Got little fuzzies there. I can just pull that off. So there we go, leggy spider with the amigurumi eyes that are also tutorial here on my YouTube. And all these patterns, of course, are available for PDF on Etsy if you like. But tutorials are free. Okay. I sure do hope that you've had a good time with this tutorial and you were able to follow along with it okay. It's pretty darn simple except for the leg round, right? Is that like leg row at the gym, right? Leg day. I'd be curious to know, what color did you choose? What type of yarn did you choose? Was it a blanket yarn? Did you do it in worsted weight and have a little bitty? Did you do it in a chunky or another thick yarn? Did you use safety eyes? Or did you make your own eyes? I'd love to know all that. And if you'd like to send me a picture, I'd love to see that too. So thank you for watching and participating, and be blessed, and I'll see you next time. Bye.